Hello, this is David Erler. Um, Today, I'm going to talk about the old ways of training versus the new way of training. Hmm, Sounds kind of weird. New way and old way. Um, well, let's go back to my beginnings. At 5, 6 years old, I started learning a very hard style of kung fu. At least that's the way I trained. Um, we would punch sand, and I mean, we'd get buckets of sand. We would heat the sand. I don't know how hot it was, but it was pretty hot. And we would punch the sand, and I mean, um, my hands would be numb up to my wrist when we were done. Then later on, pain would set in, but after a while of doing this, your hands became tougher and tougher and tougher. Um, Another thing we used to do is there would be boards wrapped in leather, and we would not only punch the boards, elbow the boards, and then kick the boards with the ball of the foot, the heel of the foot, the bottom heel of the foot, the side edge of your foot, and it was just painstaking training. But what you were doing is you were conditioning not only the skin, but the bone. You were thickening the bone. You were making the bone able to take the impact of what you were striking. And if it came down to a real fight, you being conditioned against a person that's not conditioned, you smack them with an elbow that's been conditioned, and you even collide elbow to elbow, you know, their non conditioned body is going to give, and they're going to say ouch, they're going to get more pain. So the main thing with the old ways that I say is the conditioning kind of stuff that we did back in the old days to condition your hands, your arms. Um, we would, do a class where it was block, and you were blocking against arm to arm and stuff like this, with your fellow students. They would swing in and do a low block, and you do a low block coming in from the other direction. And as you conditioned that part of the arm, it was getting so your arms were tougher and so on and so forth. So if someone's coming in with that high round kick and you block, you know, uh, and you don't move, and they're ready for that person. They go, ow, you're my arm, you know. You're going to be the one giving out the pain instead of the other way around. They're gonna go, oh, my leg, ouch, man, you blocked me too hard. You know, we wouldn't wear shin pads and arm pads and stuff like that. And you got to the point where you know what kind of damage you can do to the other person. So you practice being able to do light contact, full contact. You know, there's a big difference there. When you're punching and kicking, your fellow classmates, you learn how to control your hand movements and leg movements. You try to see, okay, I'm going to put my foot right there and on your opponent, and you'll boom, you put your foot there. Or, we did the board breaking and stuff, so we knew that, how much power you could put into a round kick or a side kick or whatever to break that board, you know. It was just a different kind of training, okay. Nowadays, a little bit more modern, we're using more of the punching bags instead of each other. We're using pads. Now you see the guys that when they say, okay, go get your pads on, we're going to spar, the lack of control that some of these people have, is like, pooh, okay, I got you. You're wearing padding from head to toe. You got your hand pads, your arm pads, head, your chest protector, your groin guard, your knee to ankles. You're padded on your feet, your heels, and as much as you can. You're all padded up, and you guys go at it, and you're not. You're learning that where to punch and everything, but also, going back to the old style, not only are you learning how to punch, but you're learning that your punch placement, okay, boom, if I hit a person here, okay, if I hit a person there, what kind of reaction am I going to get? If I hit a person here in the solar plexus, what kind of reaction am I going to get? If you hit him in the side, what kind of reaction are you going to get? And you learn that you have what I call body mechanics. The body mechanics is, if you punch somebody in the nose, their head's going to go back. If you punch somebody in the throat, their head's going to go forward. If you punch somebody in the rib, they're going to go like this. You punch somebody in the stomach, they're going to bend over, and you also learn, okay, if this does this, what's my next move due to their reaction? Okay, so if I punch them in the stomach, I know they're leaning forward, and I can do an attack to the back of the head or to the back, or maybe I can grab a certain place on their body to be able to do a throw and do a takedown and stuff like that. So there is a lot of techniques that you can use and a lot of worth in the old way of training. Use the old way of training along with your new way of training. Maybe you want to wear less padding that day, or wear no padding that day, or adjust your hands, or whatever. Because with the pads on, both your head pad and your hands being padded, uh, you and you're in a sparring situation, you either learn control or you have to learn how to take a punch or take a kick and not freak out. That's where a lot of these people start to lose focus. Pow! Mm, you hit me. No, it's boom. Okay, I got it. Let's go. Let's go on. It's a learning experience. You know, um, you know, I've gone to sparring classes. I'm not going to wear my headgear today. I'm not going to wear my shin guards today. Whatever. And I know that I'm going to get hit harder. The hit will feel harder when I'm not wearing certain padding. And I will tell them, don't treat me any different than if I had my pads on or not. If you're at a school that allows head contact, then tell them, you know, uh, if you're gonna do high kicks, and I'm not wearing my helmet, uh, and I fail to block, if I get kicked, I get kicked. You know, uh, but here's the other part of that. If you're the other guy and your opponent is not wearing their gear, you shouldn't try to like knock their head off, but you should try to tap them, let them know that, hey, I can get you anytime I want. Or, boom, hey, you weren't blocking. You know, you don't have to be that pow and try to knock that guy out or whatever. You need to learn your control. Because here's the thing, you're in a real situation, and the guy's a punk. And, I've done it this way, I've said, pop, pop. I let him know that I can hit him whenever I want to. If he still comes at me, pop, pop, maybe a little harder. And if he still comes at you, pop, 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 just a little bit harder than that. And if he's a complete dumb bong, you know what I mean by that. If he's a complete dumb, all right, go ahead, knock his butt right out. Do what you got to do to get out of the situation. If there's more than one, make sure you take the first guy out, the one that's being the big mouth, because he's also, if he's being the big mouth, the up front guy, he hasn't got it all up here. Okay? So let him know. You want to let the rest of them know, hey, you come up against me, I'm going to hurt you. That's all there is to it. So use your modern training to the best of its ability to train you. Use your old-fashioned training to the best ability to train your body. I don't regret my hands being as messed up as they were when I was younger. I don't regret all the times that I've been like, boom, and I've seen stars more times than I can count. And the other thing is that when I personally, okay, going up against people that were below my rank or just below my skill level, okay, this is going to be easy, da 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 da, that's all fine and dandy. But teach the person you're training with. You know, oh, hey, that was a good one. Can you do it a little bit more like this? You can make it better, and so on. But I personally, even though I know I'm going to get the bleep bleep knocked out of me, I like to spar people that are better than I am. You know, I know they're going to hit me. I know I'm going to get my bell ringed, but it forces me to try to be better than I am. You know, so, okay, I need to do something different. You know, pow, okay, I didn't see that one coming or whatever. But it forces you to get better, okay? Because after a while of getting hit, you want to not be hit, okay? So you're either going to get out of the way, you're going to work on your dodging, or you're going to work on your footwork, you're going to work on a block that you probably have never done before, or maybe a block done slightly different to make it more efficient for you. You know, so don't be afraid. Train in many different levels of training. You know, we'll get into the multi-levels of training in one of my next videos. Thank you very much, and you have a nice day.